Mom wouldn't say I'm a good son. I'm a troublemaker.
So you have the largest wrap boutique in the world.
The drive and the ambition, it was a tunnel vision. I didn't care what was thrown at me. I just had to keep it going.
Welcome to Haute Conversations, where we explore the journeys of inspiring entrepreneurs and industry leaders. Produced and created by Unik Productions, this show brings you intimate discussions that reveal the secrets behind success, innovation, and personal growth.
That feeling, man, I wish every entrepreneur, every hustler, every young man gets to experience that.
If you were to give 3 tips to an entrepreneur, what would they be?
Don't believe the hype you see on the internet. Being an entrepreneur, you lose friendships, sleep, you lose relationships, you lose a lot of hope, making sure that the team is strong, they believe in your vision. I charge for that, by the way.
What do you think has been the key to this rapid growth?
That's a good question. The key was
Hello, Fashion Forward listeners. Welcome to another episode of Haute Conversations. I'm your host, Elizabeth Crisante, and today we have a very special guest with us, a very well-known entrepreneur named Stas Kravchuk. He is the founder of Wraptors Inc. Thanks so much for joining us, Stas.
Thank you, Elizabeth, for having me. It's a pleasure.
It's great to have you with us.
You look beautiful, by the way.
You look handsome.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Hey, okay, we're good to go.
Let's get into it. So you've had a wild career
Yes.
thus far, and it has been nothing short of inspirational. And tell me, how did it evolve? Tell me about your business for the listeners that aren't familiar.
Yeah, so I come from a humble beginning. I grew up with a single parent home. So ambition was very, it was in me. Wanted to take over the world, want to be known for my craft. So Wraptors was one of my 26 companies that I opened up.
Wow.
Yeah, so it was a trial and tribulations. And this one, a lot of them worked, but this one really worked.
Yep.
Right. So, we expanded worldwide and haven't stopped since.
So you started 26 other companies before this one.
I did. Yeah. So,
Wow. Talk
yeah.
about tenacity.
Right.
Where did you learn that?
I guess from my mom. And again, coming from a humble beginnings where, there's not a lot of options, not a lot of guys to look up to. In the era that I was growing up, we didn't really have Facebook or Instagram at that point, right? So the urge to succeed and be known for my craft was in me.
So you have the largest wrap boutique in the world.
Yes.
Largest in Canada, obviously.
Largest, yes.
And so that's 16 locations, is it, globally?
Yes, 16 locations worldwide. Yeah. So we got locations in Cape Town, South Africa. We have locations in Florida, Miami, Orlando, and obviously locations all over Canada.
What do you think has been the key to this rapid growth?
That's a good question. The key was being consistent and just bending the rules. I didn't want to be known for having an automotive shop, quote unquote, right? I wanted to be a boutique where celebrities can come in, pretty guys, pretty girls, where it's a vibe, right? Where its energy is good, smells good, you get served espressos and just feel like this is the experience.
Yes.
Right. So we created something that was, funky and cool. And we made wrapping interesting part of automotive industry.
Yes. Okay, so I have a question for you. Wraptors Inc.
Yes.
The name is catchy. Obviously,
Right, yes.
It's wrapping cars, but is that a nod to the Raptors in Toronto or just very clever, cheeky?
Yeah, cheeky.
Yeah.
No, not at all. Just, we're in the automotive industry, Raptors in the sports industry. So we keep it that way legally.
Yeah,
That's what we're supposed to do.
Of course.
Yes.
I know that you care a lot about giving back to the community,
Right.
and that during the pandemic, you had donated quite a significant amount of
Yes.
money to families that were struggling. Tell me why that's important to you.
Giving back is part of Raptors organization, part of our rules. That's what we do. We would like to give back. We like to help out. Giving back during the pandemic when everybody was dealing with the crisis and mental issues, I think it was only right for us, to give back to the communities, reach out to the kids in the bad neighborhoods and just, show them that there is another way and it's going to be okay. So this was, very, very important to me because I was raised, again, by a single parent, by a mother that was strong. I grew up in shelters and, in a really bad neighborhood. So in Ottawa, south end of Ottawa. So to me, it was very close to the heart.
Yes.
Right. So it was very important for me to do so.
Very admirable. I'm really happy to hear that.
Thank you.
So Over the span of your career, you've wrapped cars for some really cool celebrities and artists, Justin Bieber being one of them.
Yes.
And now I'm sure you have a lot of interesting stories, some memorable stories. Is there any that you'd like to share with us?
You know what? Justin Bieber's was very unique. His father reached out to, my brother Diego Snow and said, listen, I know you know the guy, the best in the industry. Let's get him locked in. Justin was dealing with that eye syndrome or the health issues that he was going through. And his father brought us his first vehicle that was given to him by Usher when he first signed the deal. Yeah. So it was very, important moment for me to see that car in our shop and rejuvenate it, bring it back to life. And give it back to his father that was, gifted to his son. And that was very important and significant moment for us.
Is there any other memorable ones that are near and dear to your heart?
Yeah, my wife's pink Escalade that I change colors every few days, a few weeks. Just getting, it's to us, it's not really about the celebrities, and it's just regular people that getting the emotions, gifting their vehicles to their wives, to their husbands, kids, and seeing their expressions and how happy they are to see a transformation, right? Because you see your silver vehicle every single day, but you jump into, a psychedelic or a pink Range Rover, a G-Wagon, it just makes you feel so much like you're on top of the world.
Right. And
right?
so personalized.
Yeah, exactly.
As an entrepreneur, I'm sure that you've overcome and have faced many challenges. What do you think has been the most difficult? What have you learned from that? What can you share with
The most difficult, like with any business, is, having the right team, making sure that the team is strong, they believe in your vision, and making sure you're doing your part with the community. The more we grow, the more people trying to attack us, throw shade at us. So you just become stronger. Being consistent at our craft and just perfecting it and being known to be those guys is what we stand out and what we like to do.
What have you learned from the other 26 companies that prepared you for the success in this current company?
Being consistent.
Yes.
Being consistent at your craft, being known for your craft. Don't pay attention to a lot of outside noise. As long as you believe in your heart and the vision is clear, you're going to get to the destination. Believe in yourself, right? So that's the key.
You've got a lot of determination. It's very, very clear. And I think it started at quite a young age for you. What kind of advice would you give to a young entrepreneur that's just starting out?
Don't believe the hype you see on the internet, right?
Yeah.
A lot of guys, a lot of girls get confused and live in that moment, and a lot of relationships and businesses get broken because of that. And understand that, being an entrepreneur, you lose friendships, you lose sleep, you lose relationships, you lose a lot of hope at times, right? So just be consistent and just believe in yourself and just keep it pushing.
What's next for Wraptors? Have any fun, exciting projects on the go?
Yes, definitely. Wraptors, we're opening Dubai, and then I'll say in about 6 months. So we're going to be going over that direction. We're also working with Diego Snow, my brother. Again, we don't stop. We paint, we wrap boats, we wrap yachts, we wrap airplanes. So this year we're going to be going over to Florida again for Art Basel. We're going to be wrapping a speedboat, right? And then Diego is going to fly a helicopter with his art piece hanging from the helicopter. So it's going to be a unique one. Last year we did biggest flying piece in the world, which was a plane, a private jet. So we wrapped it, snow painted it. Turnout was incredible. So this year we're going to do something else. Yeah. Wow. So we're always up to something.
I love that you're collaborating with artists.
Yes.
I think that you have a very artistic, industry.
I hope so.
Yeah, very, very cool. So you did mention that you came from a single parent home and that you endured a lot of struggle and had lived in shelters at one point. Now, I'm sure you were exposed to some negative influences. And how did you find your way navigating through that and end up to be the success that you are?
A lot of people being in that position look at jewelry, look at cars and as a motivational factor. For me, it was watching my mother struggling, being an immigrant in a new country, being a single, beautiful female, being taken advantage of left, right, and center. So that was my motivation. It wasn't for the cars. It wasn't for the jewelry. It was purely to take care of her. And how do I do that? How do I come out of this poor environment that I don't fit in, blue eyes, blonde hair, and I grew up in a very dominant, bad neighborhood where coming out wasn't wasn't easy. It wasn't supposed to happen. So
Yep.
for me, the goal was to take care of her and whatever it was. So my ambition came from that. My goal, my dreams was purely waking up every day. Okay, how do I succeed to buy her a car? How do I succeed to buy her a house so we're not living in the welfare community housing? Right. So that was the biggest factor for me. So the drive and the ambition, it was a tunnel vision. I didn't care what was thrown at me. I just had to keep it going and make sure I come out of this uncomfortable zone to get comfortable again. And and here we are enjoying the fruits of our labor.
You're a great son.
I hope so.
Have you ever wrapped your mom's vehicle?
I did.
Yeah?
I bought her a Porsche Macan S, and we wrapped it in ocean blue with a red interior. I was in Miami when I purchased the car. I wired the money, and then I surprised her with it. It was an incredible feeling. But mom wouldn't say I'm a good son. She says I'm not. I'm a troublemaker. She says you should be somewhere on the islands writing books rather than hustling every single day. So
But I don't think you can stop. You've got that drive and
no.
entrepreneurial drive.
And the moment when I picked her up in Florida, moving over to a new country in the United States, opening businesses there, picking her up in a brand new Rolls Royce that I just purchased in Miami, and picking her up from the airport with my baby sister and driving with the stars on the roof, palm trees all around you. That feeling, man, I wish every entrepreneur, every hustler, every man, a young man gets to experience that. That feeling is unforgettable. Watching I'm looking in my rearview mirror, looking on the passenger seat, watching my sister, looking in the rearview mirror, seeing my mom, and she's sitting there in the reclining back seats. It's too hot in here. Right. So it was a blessing. It was that moment I realized I made it.
Yeah.
Right. Because everything I worked for was for that moment.
Yeah.
And that was just like, okay, I got to take care of myself. Now I got to take care of my well-being.
That's beautiful.
That's it. Yeah.
You are so inspiring. And I know that the viewers are going to feel the same about that. If you were to give 3 tips to an entrepreneur that is starting their business, what would they be?
Very good question. Yeah. So I would definitely tell a young entrepreneur, a young businessman starting up, believe in the vision. Don't listen to outside noise and be consistent. What I mean by don't listen to outside noise is that a lot of times your parents, your friends, your family members, your girlfriend, your boyfriend are able to manipulate your situation and able to distract you and point you to another direction when you in your heart know that that's the right way to go. And the third one, I would say, be very active on social media. I mean, that's the world we live in, right? We're here right now because of that. So those are the three tips.
Amazing.
I charge for that, by the way, in my course, Mentorship.
You teach a course?
I do.
Okay, so tell me about the mentorship. I'd love to hear more.
Yeah, Mentorship. So I helped a lot of kids. I look out for kids that are growing up in the poverty, a lot of entrepreneurs, a lot of businessmen that are having troubles in businesses, and I just motivate them. I teach them. I give them structure, where and how they need to be directed, and to win.
Wow.
Right. So that's and we don't take L's, we don't lose on this side. So please understand, for the last 8 years, we've been winning strong.
Amazing.
Yes.
Now, before we wrap up each episode, we like to ask a fun question. If you could wrap any car in the world, what make and model would that be?
Humble me wants to say, I want to wrap a car for my wife in the most expensive, wrap that there is. The successful me, we wrapped pretty much every single car, every yacht, every plane that's out there.
Wow.
So, and we're known for fade wraps. So that would be that would be my signature on something cool or funky. Maybe your car, right? Bring you by, I'll take care of you. We'll do something nice and fun. So that would be it. Yeah.
Amazing.
Yes.
Well, thank you so much
Thank
for
you.
being here with us.
It was a pleasure meeting you, and thank you for having me.
Our
awesome.
pleasure.
Thank
Our
you.
pleasure. And thank you to our viewers for tuning in. Please make sure to like and subscribe so that more people get access to this content. We have many more inspiring videos coming your way, more Haute conversations. I'd also like to thank our sponsor at Soho Hotel for making this episode possible. Stay tuned.